Okay, thank you very much. So, what I would like to share with you is that Islam is the religion of all the prophets. This is the religion that was given to Adam all the way to the last and final messenger, Muhammad, peace be upon him. And he came with a simple message. That is to take heed and listen to his warning, and that is to follow his guidance that was bestowed upon him by the Most High. Any sort of reasonable person would sort of ask himself some fundamental questions. What sort of evidence is there to believe the sort of claims that one is making? And B, what is the veracity of those claims? So I would like to start off by starting off with what those claims are. So the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he was born in a society in which they took the Arabic, expressing themselves in the Arabic language as something to be very proud of. At that particular time, Arabia was the backwater of civilization. The Persians and the Romans did not bother to conquer them because they didn't have anything worth conquering. The only thing the Arabs at the time of revelation prided themselves in was their ability to express themselves in the Arabic language. It was said that when a poet was born, they would hold a banquet and there would be a great festival to celebrate such an occasion. Now, that is the backdrop in which the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was given the revelation. He was born in a city called Mecca, and when he was born to a tribe called Quraysh. This tribe were the caretakers of the Kaaba, where people used to come and do pilgrimage over there. And in doing so, this tribe was very prestigious around Arabia. And he was born into a specific tribe within Quraysh called Banu Hashim. Banu Hashim were from the most prestigious of the tribes of Quraysh. Furthermore, not only was he born into a prestigious household, growing up he was also called Al-Sadiq Al-Amin, which means the most trusted and the most truthful. Sadiq meaning truthful, Amin meaning trustworthy.
Alright, peace. Every story is the same as a coin, have two sides. And Muslims for sure, they try to present their prophet in a good way. Like, you right now you are acting like a salesperson who wanna sell Islam to us as a good product. Let us go for real talk. You know that the family of Muhammad, they called Muhammad Mudhammam. You said they called him As-Sadiq Al-Amin. This is not true. The uncle of Muhammad, which Muhammad, he married two of his daughters to his sons. And the wife and the family, they called Muhammad Mudhammam, which means the filthy one. I'm not insulting now. I'm just telling you. I think you speak Arabic, right? You know what Mudhammam means. Mudhammam is the one who condemned. He have a very bad behavior. Everyone disrespect him. So this is your side of the story, that he was called As-Sadiq Al-Amin, which means the honest and the trusted. Now let us discuss the honest, the trusted. Guys, is it true that Muhammad, he went to his own son's wife house and he flirted with her? Is that true? How we can trust Muhammad to come to our house and the husband is not there? Here we go, we have a woman, she is married, She's not single. And she is married to his son by adoption. Now regardless by his son or not, still she is a married woman, which means she is forbidden for anyone even to look at her. What Muhammad he do? The one you called him the trustworthy, the Amin, the Sadiq, the honest. What he do? He go to the house of this woman, he flirt with her, and he say to her, my heart is beating for you. Subhana mu'allif al-qulub. Praise to Allah, the one who made my heart beat for you. How we can call him a Sadiq al-Amin? How he can be trustworthy? If I go to your house, Mr. Peace, with my respect to your family, I don't mean to insult, but just to give you an example, imagine we are friends, and I go to your house, and then I say to your wife, my heart is beating for you. Am I trustworthy? What do you think, guys? Is that a trustworthy? That's absolutely have nothing to do with the trust. It's the opposite. This person is betraying his relationship with someone he considers the same as his son. Especially if we know that Muhammad, he is the one who married Zayd to Zainab. You know, Zayd and Zainab, they did not get married, you know, by their own. It was Muhammad who married them to each other. Which make me believe strongly that Muhammad, he have a plan from the beginning. He married Zayd to Zainab during his marriage to Khadija, but when Khadija she died, the story changed. He married Zayd to Zainab so he can have an access to the wife house anytime he want. So when Khadija she see him going there, she will not suspect anything, because simply he is going to visit his son by adoption. But when Zainab, when Khadija she died, Muhammad he changed his plan. He is not fearing Khadija no more. So now he became more open for his relationship with the married women. So when a Muslim he say to us that Muhammad was a trustworthy, I think this can be rejected very easy. I want to give you the mic, Mr. Peace, to hear your answer, and please don't give me a speech, and I will not give you a speech too. I can give you the reference for every word I said in case you do not know what I'm talking about. Your mic.
Yes, let's do that. Christian Prince, please provide the evidence in relation to Zainab, where the Prophet, peace be upon him, was flirting with Zainab. I would love to see that sort of evidence. And when you're discussing with me, Christian Prince, you have to differentiate, because I'm not one of your followers, right? As a Muslim, if you're going to make statements about my Prophet and my religion, I require evidence. And I hope you know what sort of standards I use in terms of the Quran and the Sunnah, particularly if you're gonna use hadith, Sahih hadith, and I think you know that already, so please provide your evidence. But nonetheless, with that being said, so I did mention the Prophet, peace be upon him, was called Al-Sadiq Al-Amin. You mentioned that this wasn't the case with regards to some of his uncles. Well, after the Prophet, peace be upon him, was given revelation, his uncles, well, not just his uncle, but a lot of people within the tribe turned on him, and they started calling him all sorts of names. They started calling him Majnoon, they started calling him Sahir, magician, and all sorts of things. And so that's not surprising, because they want to discount what's being said, right? But let me say this. If we're talking about the particular question about his truthfulness, right? There is a particular passage that's recorded in our books by Abu Sufyan. I take it you know who Abu Sufyan is, Christian Prince. I don't have to waste any time explaining who he is. Can you just give me a one in text if you would acknowledge whether you know Abu Sufyan's stature? Okay. So this is from Abu Sufyan, and this is narrated from him. So after the Treaty of Hudaybiyah in the year 6 after Hijrah, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he sent a letter to the rulers of the neighboring areas. The Emperor of Byzantium was one who received one of his letters in Syria at the time when Meccan traders and the caravan used to go through the area of Damascus. This caravan was headed by Abu Sufyan, and he was one, as you may know, and for those in the room that don't know who Abu Sufyan is, he is one of the leaders of the enemies of the Prophet, peace be upon him. So the emperor summoned him to inquire about the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and he brought him into the court, and the following conversation took place. What is the status of his family among you? Abu Sufyan replied, he belongs to a good, noble family amongst us. Then another question, has anybody else amongst you ever claimed the same? That is to say, has anybody else amongst you claimed to be a prophet before him? Abu Sufyan then replied by saying no. Was anybody amongst you, his ancestors, a king? Abu Sufyan replied by saying no. Then he asked, do the nobles or the poor people follow him? Abu Sufyan replied by saying, it is the poor who follow him. Then another question was asked, are his followers increasing or decreasing day by day? He replied by saying, they are increasing. Another question was asked, does anybody amongst those who embrace his religion become displeased and renounce the religion afterwards? Abu Sufyan replied by saying no. Then he was asked, have you ever accused him of telling lies before his claim to be a prophet? Abu Sufyan replied by saying no. Then another question was asked, does he break his promises? Then Abu Sufyan replied by saying no, we have a truce with him, but we do not know what he will do. Then he was asked, have you ever had a war with him? Abu Sufyan replied by saying yes. Then it was asked, what were the outcomes of those battles? Abu Sufyan replied by saying, sometimes he was victorious and sometimes we were. And finally, he was asked, what does he order you to do? Abu Sufyan replied by saying, he tells us to worship Allah and Allah alone, and not to worship anything or anyone along with him, and to renounce all that our ancestors had said. He orders us to pray, to be chaste, and to keep good relations with our kith and kin. So this is coming from one of the bitter enemies of the Prophet, peace be upon him, and this is found in reference with Abu Sufyan, whom you know very well, Christian Prince. Mic is free.
This is a very bad person. Now let us go back to our topic. So this is speech all is made up. You know, the Muslims, they come with a lot of stories, have no roots. Abu Sufyan, he reject Muhammad always. He is against Muhammad always, until Muhammad, he paid him. There's a chapter actually about Abu Sufyan in the Quran, which is called Al-Mu'allafa Qulubahum. The Prophet of Islam, he paid money for those who he cannot win by war against them. That is your Prophet. Now, let us see. We go back to Zainab. As long as you speak Arabic, this is the Quran and this is the interpretation of At-Tabari. I want you please to open the link, and I want you to read and translate. And you will see your prophet, he went to his own son's wife, according to the story. The wind came and he saw her body. I don't know what does that mean. Maybe she is wearing see-through. We don't know exactly what, but obviously it says that he saw something. She is so beautiful, and he you know, he liked her, and since he liked her, actually I can show you more reference, even they go more dirty in details, that Zainab, she said, since the prophet, he did like me and he flirted with me, each time my husband, he tried to get close to me, which means having sex with me, his penis is swell. His penis swell. And then suddenly we find a verse in the Quran, the verse saying to Muhammad, why you are hiding your desire to Zainab? Just go again, you know, go ahead and do it. Just go and marry her. You're mine.
Okay, first of all, Abu Sufyan was not paid the 100 camels in the conquest of Mecca. Abu Sufyan actually converted during the conquest of Mecca, and it was after the battle of Hunain took place that he was given the 100 camels. And it was not just Abu Sufyan, but a lot of other people who were given plenty of war booty, but it wasn't just Abu Sufyan. So I don't think that argument will hold water. Furthermore, I don't speak Arabic, Christian Prince, right? So I would ask you to give me a specific reference so I can look it up myself and double check, okay, if that's okay. Surely you can just give me the particular hadith number. I have Sahih Bukhari open right here in front of me, so if you can give me the particular reference, I'll be more than happy to provide it, and we can read it in the room as well, because I am 110% sure you're lying. As a matter of fact, I'm willing to give you $50, CP. I will donate to your cause. I will donate to your cause if what you're saying is true. Mic is free.
First of all, guys, did you hear that, yes, the prophet, he paid the man? Is it true? The Quran says, Al-Mu'allafa Qulubun, which means we bought their heart. So he just admitted that the one who was praising Muhammad, he never liked Muhammad. After Muhammad paid him, he converted to Islam. He is just one of them. You know, obviously Muhammad is buying love by money, and this money is not even his. He attacked people, he stole the money, and now it's time to pay for those who he cannot win against them. Abu Sufyan is one of them. He paid him, because if Abu Sufyan is a good guy, you don't need to pay him to join you. This is number one. Number two, you said, you are very sure I'm lying. Let us do this. I do not need your money first. You know, my Lord is my provider, not a Muslim. When I say to you, this is the interpretation of At-Tabari, all what you need to do, even if you don't speak Arabic, one of two options. You can invite a Muslim from your list. I'm sure you have many who speak Arabic, and don't tell me you don't. Or you can copy the text and paste in Google translation. This is Islam Web, very well known, trusted Islamic website. And this is the book of At-Tabari. And not only this, if you don't have the, you know, if you don't want to go to a website, this is in page number 273 in the book of At-Tabari. In case you do not know, by the way, Tafsir At-Tabari is the oldest interpretation for Islam or Quran, the oldest ever. It's about 300 years after Muhammad. So this is the most authentic source of interpretation for the Quran before Ibn Kathir, before all of them. So when you say to me, I'm sure you are lying, it's mean, if this is a true story, is it true? It's mean Muhammad is disgusting, correct guys? Otherwise he would not say you are, there's no way the Prophet he did that, because obviously you are admitting that if this is true, it's a shameful thing. Now it is your side, it's your duty to prove that the story there is not true. I gave my proof. I don't have a translation for At-Tabari, do you? It's not my fault. You pray to Allah in Arabic, you do not know Arabic? No problem. Invite a friend of you who speak Arabic. Nobody will accept from you, you see, that you don't have one friend in your list who don't speak Arabic. If you don't want to invite a friend who speaks Arabic, you can copy the text and paste it in Google Translation. Well, here we go. I will post the text link again. It's in the front of you. It's a disaster. This is the trustworthy prophet. He is having relationship with the married women. And look what Allah supposedly, obviously this is Muhammad making a verse for his own sexual desire. Allah saying to Muhammad, why you are hiding what is in your heart for this woman? And why you keep saying to the husband, keep your wife? What do you want him to say? Since when God will say to us, why you are hiding your desire for a married woman? Say it, it's okay. Is that really what God teach? Is that the morality? Is that the decent man? And look in the same guys, in the same page, in the last 3 lines, you will see that Zainab, when she got married from Muhammad, there was no marriage. It was just sex, nukah. Why? Look what she said to him. She said to him, Allah is the one who married me to you. How this happened? Oh, because Allah, he sent a verse. Allah, he sent a verse for him so he can take a married woman. Amazing, disgusting story. How a prophet of God, he fall in love with married women, and then actually if I show you the part where Zainab, she speak about this, that each time Zayd, he wanna have sex with her, Allah, he make his penis swell. That will show us how disgusting those people who they are around Muhammad themselves. And you will notice here that Zainab, she is for sure fabricating stories. She have a relationship with Muhammad, and now it's time to get rid of the husband. Khadija is dead, and nobody can stop Muhammad from having her officially in his house. Look at this. This is Tafsir Al-Qurtubi. Zainab said, after the Prophet he have desire for me, each time Zayd he wanted me, which means he want to take her to bed, his thing swell, which means his penis. Guys, who is the one who make the penis of the husband swell? Allah. It's a miracle, brother. It's a miracle. Allah don't want the husband to have sex with the wife no more, simply because Muhammad, he want her. And if Muhammad want your wife, Allah will make your penis swell. And look how the details go more crazy. I want you to copy this and translate in Google Translation piece. And when Zayd he went to the bed, he could not do me. How a woman she say such a thing? And he could not do anything because Allah he forbid him from doing me. What? What? And then she continues, she's saying, in the top of that, each time he tried to do it, Allah or the penis of Zayd go and swell, which means he go in pain and his penis is swell, so he cannot have sex with her. What are we talking about here? So the decent man, the one you are talking about, he is not even, cannot be trusted with the most close person to Muhammad. Look guys, what happened here. The Muslim will say to you, well, first of all, this is a son by adoption, not a real son. Hold on. If he is considered a son by adoption, not a real son, why Muhammad is getting inside the house when the husband is not there? Is that correct? In Islam, it's not allowed for a stranger to get in house where females is in. You have to be either the husband or the brother or the father. Even a cousin he cannot. So why Muhammad is inside the house with the women she is married if you don't consider him a father? So he take advantage of he being considered as a father to get inside the house when the husband is not there. And I'm sure Muhammad he know the husband is not there. You can knock the door from behind and you ask, is your husband there? She say no, he go. Instead Muhammad he get in and he see her almost naked, and then his heart, he said, he flirt with her. He said, Subhana mu'alliful qulub. And then the story go more involved. Since Muhammad he say that to her and he involved with her in love, each time Zayd he wanna have sex, Allah he make his penis swell. And as you see, until now I never said anything without proof. Okay, I will give you the mic. However, translate. I'm posting to you the link. I'm posting the reference. I'm posting even the page number. By the way, this is the book of Al-Qurtubi, page number 171. 171. This is not my own. Volume number 14, page number 171. And the mic is yours.
Okay, so CP, I'm a little confused. Initially, I think we're dealing with Tasfir al-Tabari. That's the link you gave me. When you gave me that link, I have a translating tool here I was trying to use, but the tool didn't translate properly because the words are jumbled up. Well, not completely, but it doesn't flow, right? So we clearly didn't do a good job of translating. But what I would like you to do, okay? So look, CP, please provide me, the reference. What I will do is I will look into it. I'm sure I can find English translations of those particular tasfirs in relation to that. But I highly doubt what you're saying is there. I cannot, even though this is a tasfir, and for those in the room who don't know what the difference between hadith and tasfir is, tasfir is the interpretation, so it's an exegesis of the Quran. And Tabari, Ibn Kathir, Tasfir Qurtubi, Jalalain, all these tasfirs are considered one of the best in Islam. So I will definitely take into great consideration in reference to this, but at the same time I want to put a disclaimer there. I highly doubt our scholars would be talking about the Prophet, peace be upon him, in that regard, at the end of the day, because this is their interpretation of the Quran, and I take it this is the interpretation of the particular verse about Zainab. So I highly doubt what you're saying is true. And you see, CP, I'm trying to be as generous as possible, right? I'm not saying you're a liar, right, CP? All I'm saying is I highly doubt what you're saying is true. Knowing these great scholars that we're dealing with. Furthermore, you're questioning the whole reason why the Prophet, peace be upon him, would be in the same room as Zainab alone. Well, I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if he was in the same room alone with Zainab, but I believe his son Zayd is married to her, so he is a father in that regard. Until I guess the verse came down for the Prophet, peace be upon him, clarifying the adopted son and being a son in that regard. But nonetheless, I know that you know that we take these scholars in high regard, Christian friends. I know that if you were to provide me some sort of reference for what you're saying, I would highly appreciate it, because I want to confirm what you're saying, right? So please provide me the book reference and sort of reference that we're dealing with, because at the end of the day, the people in this room are akin to sheep. I know that they don't really speak Arabic. Maybe 1 in 10 people in the room speak Arabic. So they're taking your word for it as well, which is essentially what sheep would do. But unlike sheep, right, I would like to take evidence. I would like to prove what's being said, right? What sort of da'wah are you talking about, Prophet? What sort of da'wah am I giving? What are you talking about? No, Mustis, I'm not actually being sheep here. I'm asking for evidence. That's the difference between you and I, Mustus, right? You guys don't actually double check.
You see, we are repeating ourselves here, please. Just hold on. Guys, did I give the page number? Did I give the volume number for both books? Did I give links? So I gave you the book name, I gave you the volume number, the page number for both books. Instead you are asking me for reference? Did I ask you to invite a Muslim friend right now, not tomorrow, to the room who speak Arabic? And by the way, you called me a liar. Now you are saying you are not calling me a liar, but when I said that first time, you took the mic, you said, I'm sure you are a lying Christian prince. So listen carefully. I'm going to give you the reference again with the links. So don't please say, I did not give you a reference. I am a person, actually, you said I'm not one of your followers, so you have to give me reference. I never spoke to those people here without reference, and you can ask them. Never. Let us go back. The book of At-Tabari, volume number 20. Read from page 273 to page 274. And this is the link. Here we go. You want to read it from the book or from the website? This is a Muslim website, 100%. It's up to you. And you can record my voice, and you can read it later. You can bring somebody, and you can post on YouTube and show everybody I'm lying if I'm lying. Is that fair, guys? Is that fair? Record my voice of what I'm saying, and I challenge you to prove me to be a liar. Yeah. At-Tabari, again, At-Tabari, which is the oldest interpretation for the Quran, page number 273. Alright, value number 20. This page and 274, etc. You can go all the way to 276 if you want. Now we go to the other interpretation. The interpretation of Al-Qurtubi, volume number 14. Let me post the link first. Volume number 14. And then you can read it from page number 171. Actually, if you open the link, you will see the page number too, in English. The page number is coming in English, and you can read page number 171, 172, 173, all of them in that link. You know, the funny that Muslims, they know about Abu Sufyan, which is no one anyway, but they do not know what happened between Muhammad and Zainab. He gave us a speech, question and answer, one by one. I think he is reading copy-paste. But he never heard about what happened between Zainab and the Prophet, the love story. Even Zainab, she asked the Prophet, where is the witnesses? You don't have witnesses. In Islam, there is no marriage without witnesses. This is adultery. He said, oh, my witnesses is Allah and Jibreel. Well, I can have sex with any woman right now, and she said to me, if she said to me, this is adultery, this is not marriage, I say, Allah is watching and Jibreel too. They are my witnesses. Everyone have sex with the women Allah and Jibreel is watching, isn't it? Supposedly. So, you know, obviously, this is not a trustworthy man, and obviously, he have a relationship with her from the beginning, and obviously, Zainab, she wanted Muhammad badly. Zayd it was just a step in, because they cannot have each other legally until Khadija, the rich woman, she died. Muhammad, he feared only one person in his life. That was Khadija, the rich woman, his boss. She was his boss, remember. So he did not marry any women until Khadija died. He did not touch any women until Khadija died. Why? Because Khadija, if he did that to her, she would throw him in the street, make him homeless as he came to her. So he married Zainab to Zayd during the life of Khadija, so he can have an access to the house of Zayd, because Khadija, she will not complain why you are going to the house of Zayd always. What are you doing there? The answer is very easy and simple. Oh, he's my son, right? He's my son, and his wife is not lawful for me. So nobody can question his behavior. It was a very smart plan from the evil Muhammad. And here we go. He go to the house. He see her almost naked. He said to her, my heart is beating for you. And remember, the story is coming from the Muslim books, which mean the story in here, the Muslims trying to make it look nicer. God knows what the story really for real. You know what I mean, guys? He can run, who care? He was so excited, right? Yeah, the Prophet was the best. People, they call him the most trustworthy. Yeah. And I will donate for you $50. Oh, please, Abdul. I need to survive because of the Muslim donation. I did not ask him any bad question, right? I told him, give me the best about your religion. And this is what will happen. I don't know. I don't care what you say. Trust me, I will find you. It's a trap. Let us say it this way. Whatever you say, you will be sorry. This is why the Muslims, they have article about how to debate Christian Prince. If you enter a Christian Prince room, never say yes, never say no, even if he is making good statement about the Prophet. Never agree with him, and never disagree.